Publix fried chicken is the best fried chicken in the world. Sorry, Popeye. Sorry, Mr. Bojangles. Publix is a shit. But the reason why I bring this up is that this song, I first heard this song when I was a bag boy at Publix, way back in the day, in the 80s, in the late 80s, mid-late 80s. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Working there was a different story. But it was all right. But they didn't let you, when you were a bag boy, they told you you couldn't take tips. So we had a little system, me and the bag boys. We used to do this thing like we moved the groceries in, and then we say, "Excuse me, ma'am, but how about a little something for the effort?" And then the lady or the man would go up and toss the money in the trunk, and then we're like, "Oh, look what I found!" And then we cleared about $50 a day in tips. That was pretty good. That was important in there because I had an $80 a month car payment on my 1982 Volkswagen Rabbit. So this came in handy. This tip money came in handy. So I thought I was a player. I was making $7 an hour, and then I was making an extra $50 a day in tips. I thought I was riding high. And I thought, man, you know what? I'm gonna ask this cashier out on a date. There was a cashier worker, she was pretty little lady there, and I felt a little cocky. Of course, I had no game back then. Yeah, kiss my ass, Ed. I got more game than your old decrepit ass. You ain't got no game. You got a game, Candyland. Get the hell out of here, brother. That's your game. I'm the one with the mic, Edward. Anyway. So I had all this money saved up, and I went up to this cashier at work, and I go, and I was a real shy kid. I go, "Excuse me, miss, would you like to go out with me?" And she said, "No!" And I said, "Why?" And this is what she said to me. She said, "You're not management material." You believe that shit? I wasn't management material. You believe that shit? And I said, "But I make really good tips." And she said, "I don't want a man who makes tips. I want a man with benefits." You believe that shit? So that really damaged my ego. It scarred me for many years. I was barely 18, so I took my tip money and I went to this bar in Miami called Tobacco Road. It was the oldest bar in Miami, had the very first liquor license. They also didn't card every other day. They didn't card at the door. So I went there one day and there wasn't nobody there, and I just waltzed right in. Sat at the bar and I said, "Bartender, give me a Shirley Temple, extra cherries, please." Boy, I got a bad sugar high that day. And then I went to the jukebox, and this place had the best jukebox in town. Tobacco Road had an incredible jukebox. And I played, yeah, man, you remember? You remember Ed? Eddie used to go there when Bayfront Park was just a plant. That's when he used to go to Tobacco Road. Him and Capone were drinking buddies back there. So I popped the quarter in there. It was like 50 cents for like 3 songs. And this was one of the songs. And I listened to this song and it made me feel better because I felt like this guy was speaking to me. And it gave me, it really inspired me to want to keep playing music because it was such a great song. And sure enough, it did, because 30 plus years later, I'm playing for y'all tonight, you know? And I found out that cashier later became a bag lady. She should have gone out with the man with the tips, that's all I'm saying. This is a song by by the late great Little Milton, and it's called Walk the Back Streets and Cry.